Welcome to the Hoof and Fang podcast. I'm Kirt Maz.
And I'm Maz Maddox.
What's new?
Oh man, I was actually thinking right before we started, I was like, what have I been working on? I was like, I've actually kind of taken a little mental break since last time we chatted.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's allowed.
Yeah. Sometimes like I'm really bad at allowing myself to have those like non-productive rest times. So yeah, I haven't done shit.
Good.
Writing wise.
Good for you.
Yeah, just kind of letting my brain chill out for a little bit because I've got a lot of stuff to finish up this month, but right now I've just been zenning out. So taking a little break.
Excellent.
It's been nice.
That is good.
Yeah, I don't feel as like frantic and crazy as I feel like last time I was like, I've got edits and I finished a short story and all this stuff. I'm like, no, I haven't done shit. I kind of feel great.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. What about you? On the other hand, have been very busy.
Yeah, I know you're super busy.
My life is consumed right now by work and directing the show, and we open next week Thursday.
Exciting.
So by the time this episode comes out, we'll be less than a week from opening night, and then I can look forward to getting a little bit of my life back.
Yeah.
And by October, hopefully things settle back into
a
somewhat normal routine.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's been just a lot of work, and there's a lot of things that are falling on my plate. So and yet I'm recording my usual amount.
Of course.
So that little narrator online co-working space I talked about last week has really been helping to
awesome.
Get in there, get in the booth, record what you need to record.
Yeah.
Don't stop until you're done.
Yeah.
And then, move on to the very next thing you have to do, because there's always some amount of work that has to happen even after I'm done recording for the day.
Yeah.
So I'm woefully behind on prep. That's where
oh, really? Is that where?
That's where things are being sacrificed right now, because it's like, I don't have time after I'm done recording to read.
Yeah.
Because I have to do stuff for the show.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's what's being sacrificed right now. Is
I'm
behind on prep. So I'm going to have to build in some prep days once the show is done.
Nice.
That originally, I just kind of do that around recording.
Yeah.
Hasn't been happening.
No. Yeah.
So,
that's rough.
Yeah. In fact, one of the things I need to prep is our next audiobook for Hoof and Fang.
That's funny.
So this week, the finale of Two Who Live On came out.
Awesome.
And so we've concluded the second book in that series, and it ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah, big cliffhanger, because I was so, what the fuck? At the end of that, it was like a twist I didn't see coming. And I was like, well, now I have to read the third book now. Like, shit. So yeah, if you haven't picked it up, highly recommend that. That ending will kick you in the face in the best way possible. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So it will be available on our online store as of sometime today when this recording comes out.
Nice.
That should be available to you to purchase. And if you were a Patreon subscriber at the Dear Listener level at any point during the run of that book, you will also get it in your book funnel account. And if you don't, send us an email and we'll make sure you get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that is coming up, not next week, but the following week. So we'll have that first episode coming out on Tuesday, September 24th for our Dear Listener subscribers. And then we also have Animorphs going on. We're still recording those every week, knocking them out.
Yes.
So we're on book 41. That comes out next week, Wednesday. Save the Vampire Work in Progress chapters are Fridays. So there's stuff coming out almost every day over at the Patreon.
Kicking ass.
Our friends in Patreon are getting a lot. So we hope you will join us over there. A special short story from the Relic world is coming September 20th. So those don't come out every week.
No, those are treats. Those are the ones that, they're special because everyone got to vote on who the couple was and like the level of spice that's in the story. This one's going to be spicy.
Ooh.
So it's kind of fun. And it's Baja and Jackson because they're the ones that won. So yeah, I want to do another poll probably I want to say November, but let's be real. I'm going to be too busy.
Right.
I work like retail. So I keep wanting to go do like special stuff and keep having to be like, no. So probably not until maybe December when things chill out, but I'm going to have to just play it by ear.
Yeah.
But I love running those polls. It's super fun because I really don't know who's going to win because I really thought it was going to be a different couple, and I didn't realize how much everybody loved Baha and Jackson, which is great because I wasn't expecting it. So yeah, I want to do another one so bad.
It'll happen.
Yeah, it will.
It'll happen when you have the bandwidth.
Exactly.
And then also, we are approaching the 1-year release date of Gardens and Ghosts.
Yeah.
So that has been available on our online store. And it's going to go away.
Yeah.
Because we do it for 1 year. And then who knows where it will become available after that. But if you want to get it right now, it is actually on sale for 50% off until the end of September.
Yes. Pretty exciting. So this is the best way to get it nice and cheap.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, that's everything that's going on over at Patreon, which is somehow miraculously still happening in the midst of a whole bunch of other things that are also happening in the world. Yeah. In my life, really. The world is fine.
I mean, the world's always on fire. So what else is new?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we talking about this week?
So I realized that this episode is going to be airing on Friday the 13th, which is a notoriously notoriously unlucky day. So I figured we would, tempt fate and discuss the concept of luck.
Okay.
Yeah. So off the bat, do you believe in the concept of luck?
No. Next question.
I figured I was like, I knew this was going to have to get a little like philosophical because we're both so not woo-y people at all. So for me, luck, I don't think is something that can be directly controlled. Like, I don't think it's a thing that we can sway, but I do acknowledge that there are situations that I define as lucky.
Right.
Like running it, like moving to Green, like, well, I guess, have we said that we're in Green Bay?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me moving to Green Bay.
No, they'll find us.
I know. I was like, I don't know if that's like common knowledge.
Listen, I use my real name and they can just look me up in the phone book.
That's fair.
So
that's fair. And okay. Me moving to Green Bay. Insane. Like that to me is lucky, but I wouldn't have been able to, hold a rabbit's foot and make that happen. I couldn't manifest that into the universe, but that is lucky. Yeah. So I do think it's a thing, but I don't necessarily know how else to describe it other than this nebulous kind of concept.
Yeah. I've, for a long time now, and I don't remember who I got this from. I stole it from somebody. My definition of luck is when preparedness meets opportunity.
Okay.
So yes, sometimes opportunities come along that really, that you didn't control that, but you have to be ready for that opportunity to take advantage of it.
That's cool. I like that.
Because if an opportunity comes your way and you're not prepared to take advantage of it, well, then that's not luck.
Yeah. It's just a ship that sails in the night kind of thing. Yeah.
So I believe you have to be ready for luck to happen to you. And however that works out. Like for me, this whole career of narrating was a lucky event in my life. But it's because I had spent so many years working on interpreting stories. I had spent several years working on podcasts and understanding how sound equipment worked. And it was just like this conflagration. No, that's a flame. We don't want to turn something. We don't want to set it on fire.
Maybe not.
No, whatever the word is, a coming together of all of these life experiences that I had that turned into a career because I was ready when the opportunity came my way. Yeah. So that's how I define luck. And again, I stole that from somebody. I don't remember who.
That's cool. I like that. I don't think I've heard that before. I like that a lot. Well, that was kind of rolls into my next question. It's like, does luck play into things like landing a great gig or meeting the right people or having a new release take off? But I think that rolls into like kind of being prepared for those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Because again, there are things you can't control, moments that you can't anticipate, but they're only considered lucky if you can take advantage of them. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, for me, like getting TJ Klune's Wolf Song, I can look back on it and say, wow, how lucky I was. Yeah. But if I had gotten it and I sucked and like got torn to shreds and he regretted picking an unknown and then never went with an unknown narrator again. And like, that was the lesson TJ learned was don't trust new people. Yeah. Like, yeah. That would not have been lucky. Right. That would have been unlucky. So yeah, I do think like anytime that opportunity works out for you and we call it luck, like you also have to acknowledge the amount of like preparation and work and experience that went into having that be lucky. And then of course there is also like I think my husband's lucky because he wins lottery shit, like raffles and like whenever we're at a fundraiser and it's like, buy this raffle ticket, I'm always like, hold on, John, you come and buy the raffle ticket. Here's the $20. You buy the raffle ticket. Yeah. Because if I buy it, we ain't winning shit.
Exactly.
If you buy it, we might actually get something.
Isn't that weird how it works? I don't think I think I've won something maybe one time, and it was one of those like call-in radio things. I don't even think I even went and got it. Like I won something I didn't even want. But yeah, no, I don't ever win those kind of things. But there's always like that one person that just consistently nails it. And I don't know if it's just like the way that they fold paper is just the thing that works. Who knows, man? Yeah.
Or they just put themselves out there a lot more and therefore they have more positive results.
Yeah, it could be.
It's just more tries gives you more positive results.
That's true.
So yeah. And, but again, like even in that sort of situation, like you will sometimes read stories or see movies about like people who win a lot of like online sweepstakes or something. But the reason they do it is they figure out the game.
Yes.
Yeah. And so sometimes even in situations where we think it's all about luck,
it's usually not.
There's a system you can game.
Yeah.
If you really want to walk away the winner. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. McMillions. Love that documentary.
I need to watch that.
If you haven't watched McMillions, go watch it. It's one of my faves.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's on my to be watched. And I haven't dived into it yet.
Right.
Since we don't believe in luck, I'm guessing you don't have any superstitions.
Oh no, I absolutely have 1,000 superstitions.
Oh really?
Well, maybe not 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I constantly am like worried about how my own actions might affect the outcome of something in a negative way. So like a current example is people keep asking me if I've looked at the box office for the show that I'm directing, like how well tickets are selling. And I absolutely will not. Yeah. And I don't want to know because I think I will jinx it if I look.
That's interesting. So even though you're like, I know that there's no way you're actually going to do it. It's like for your own like mentalness, you're like, no, I'm not. No. It's crazy.
I truly believe that if I get my hopes up or feel positive about box office numbers, they will decline.
That is crazy.
That is how the world works.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's more of you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Not necessarily you think it's actually going to tank, but like maybe it won't meet your standards and you'll bum yourself out kind of thing.
No, I genuinely believe that it will be my fault if it doesn't sell well. And it will be because I was vain or too concerned about it. Huh. And so I better just not to look, not to know. Let it do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
And, obviously do my best to promote the show and to try to get people to come and see it. But like not be like, oh, this is great. Or, oh, this isn't good. We need to do more. Like that's just not my place. There are other people who can worry about how the show is selling. So that is a current superstition that I live with almost daily because people keep asking me if I've seen the box office numbers. And I'm like, no.
And I won't.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't think that's my job as the director. My job is to make a really good show. And also to not know those box office numbers because otherwise I will ruin it.
Huh. I guess maybe I'm the same way with like pre-orders and stuff when I have a book up for pre-order. If I don't look at it, it's kind of like one of those like, as long as I don't look at it, it's great. Right. So that I won't be disappointed or freaked out and feel like, I open it, it's got like 1,000 pre-orders or something. And I'm like, oh shit, it's not that good or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'll start psyching myself out. So yeah, I guess it kind of matches that. So I can vibe with that.
Yeah.
Even though I don't feel like I know in my gut that it's like I can't control that and it's not going to sway it. But I'm like, but I'm not going to do it. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure the universe wants to kick me in the ass if I get too cocky. So I'm just over here being like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. So did you ever have like old superstitions from when you were a kid that looking back on now, you're just like, that was such like something that maybe you were like an old thing. Like my mom, I don't know if she still does it. I'm pretty sure she does. But like if you knock salt down, you're supposed to take some and toss it over your shoulder.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
I mean, yeah, of course there are those sort of classic ones that, I mean, my philosophy with those is like, you may as well try it. Like,
yeah, right.
It doesn't hurt anything to like follow through on that and make sure, you know, a witch doesn't come eat you in your sleep or whatever it is that happens if you spill salt.
Right.
You know, like I certainly don't walk under ladders.
Yeah, I don't
And
either.
If a black cat's crossing my path all day, I'm looking twice before I cross the street.
Yeah.
So
I still have a weird thing about mirrors being broken. That still freaks me out.
Sure. Wouldn't want to break a mirror.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
Well, at a certain point, if it's lasted this long, there has to be some truth to it.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like I've been told it so much at this point. I'm like, all right, look,
Right.
I don't want to jinx it or piss something off.
Right.
But yeah.
So I guess what we're getting to is that I am a pessimist and I don't believe in good luck, but I do believe in bad
It
luck.
seems like we're kind of coming to that conclusion. I mean, I feel like that's just more of a self-preservation thing. Like, I don't think I'm going to win the lottery, but I'm definitely not fucking with that mirror. Like,
Right. Well, I'm never going to win the lottery if I never buy a ticket
yeah.
because I think I'm unlucky.
Yeah.
You know?
There you go.
So I'm only proving myself right.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
Haven't won the lottery yet.
Yeah. Hey. I think we've
even in the Christmas scratch-offs that we get from my in-laws, I don't usually win anything.
Yeah. My dad gave me a fake one of those one year. It was so mean.
No.
It was so mean.
Oh no,
And
I hate this.
There's like, so I thought I won like, I don't know, like $5,000 or something. And I was like 17. So I was like, oh my God, I could like pay for some of my college courses because I was funding all that shit myself. And it was fake. And I was like bummed the fuck out for like the rest of the day. He gave one to my mom and she cried. So he never did it again. God. He was like, I'm sorry, this was a bad idea.
Yeah, well, at least he learned his lesson. Shame on you, Mr. Maz's dad.
Yeah. He was like, nope, sorry. I thought it was funny. I clearly was very wrong.
Right.
So yeah, I think that was the only time I won one of those.
Right. Yeah, you know what those are for? Those are for people who already have a lot of money and would be like, oh, $5,000.
How fun.
Cool. And then you'd be like, just kidding. And be like, oh,
you.
But like, yeah, if you're in an income bracket where $5,000 means a lot, that's a shitty
so
trick
mean
to play.
Yeah, if it was like $5, I'd have been like, oh, cool. But it was not. It was enough money to where I was like, already had plans on what I was going to do with it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing like losing $5,000 you never had.
Yeah, it was an extra like knife twist for sure.
You get to experience the loss without any of the benefit of ever having actually had it.
Right. Oof.
Oy.
Oy.
Well, that was a fun story to come out of this.
Yeah. People are going to be like, wow, your dad's a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit, but it's all right. It was all in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I had for luck.
That's what we got?
Yeah,
right.
That's what we got.
Well,
I was trying to think of something for like Friday the 13th, and I was going to talk about like horror stuff, and I was like, well, you don't like horror movies? Because I was going to be like, what are your favorite horror movies?
Sat
and
here and watched and listened, and then like, I saw The Ring once.
Yeah.
Scared me for years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally not your genre.
Had nightmares for a long time. Strangely, not the girl climbing out of the TV, but like, isn't there a horse that like runs somewhere in that movie? I don't know.
Yes, I don't remember now.
Scary horses. That got me for a while.
What's weird is I'm actually a little freaked out by horses. Like,
rightfully so. Horses are large and dangerous, and you should treat them with respect and distance.
Yes.
Unless you are trained and capable of handling them.
I think
we talked about that before.
How I'm scared of horses.
Horses are that's a worthy fear.
Okay, cool, good. I'm glad it's validated because they're scary animals. But yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I was like, well, if we can't talk about horror movies, we'll talk about luck.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, now we've talked about luck.
Yes.
Cross it off the list.
Lucky us.
Lucky us and lucky you for finding us, frankly.
Yeah.
Our dear listeners. So if you haven't already, make sure you're following us on social media. And you know what you can do when you're following us on social media? You can tag us in things.
Yeah.
And you can tell your friends about us. And hopefully we can get more people to visit us at our website, hoofandfangpodcast.com, which also links to our Patreon, where we'd also love to have more people supporting us at either the Dear Reader or Dear Listener levels. We are always looking for more people because the more people we have, the more projects we will do. That is our philosophy. So,
indeed.
Excellent. All right. Well, we will be back next week with another episode of Hoof and Fang.
See you then.
Bye.